taking a look at the interior. Notice the dash. The dash is literally a structural member. How it goes up on a dash and it goes below the feet. You see the holes on the bottom there? It acts like a horizontal side-to-side truss. Pretty cool. And these, he's pointing out the inner fender wells are normally on a today's car plastic, but this one they made out of aluminum and even riveted to the body. Pretty cool. Open up the door. The full door is all aluminum. Even details, like highly detailed for the handle there. I don't know if this was originally on the original, that cone shape for the handle there, but it's all made out of aluminum. They formed that inner panel there. Then if you look at you see next to the seat there, that truss system, they did it on both sides just like they did originally. Original buckets, just like they did originally. And the rear of it, they deviated from the original. The rear, and I haven't compared it closely. It looks pretty similar to me, but they're saying in this video that that it's different. I know that the cones on that top part for the vents, I don't know if they're vents or for intake for the dual carburetors, but those are different from the original. I know that. He was talking about just about the aluminum body, how it's shaped. The builders, there's two builders that did this fabrication. They are their names are Fabio and Stefano. Anyway, it's pretty cool vehicle that they fabricated. Even down to see around the shocks there. They did like a cone shape around the shock there. That's it. Whenever that rear deck is closed down, it fits tightly against that. This is a 1600 cc engine. They try to replicate that as close as possible to the original. Dual Webers on it. I like the carrier for that spare tire. They did like a carrier that sits above the transmission with the straps over it there. Pretty cool. Alright, bye.
and photographer Sanford H. Roth followed behind in the Ford. Just before 6 p.m. on U.S. Route 466, they met tragedy. A black and white Ford Tudor driven by Donald Turnipspeed began turning left across the highway to head north toward Fresno. Dean, an experienced driver, spotted the danger instantly and tried to steer around it. But there was no room and no time. The cars collided at high speed, the Spyder cartwheeling before coming to a rest at the roadside. The Ford was shoved into the opposite lane by the force of the crash. Witnesses ran to help. One with medical training found Dean still with a faint pulse, his foot wedged between the clutch and brake pedals. His injuries were severe, broken neck and multiple fractures, and it took time to extract him from the twisted wreck. Hickman arrived about 10 minutes later and helped pull his friend free, but by the time the ambulance reached the hospital, Dean was